The world's population may have recently exceeded 8 billion, but it's a deceptive number. Not only is growth unevenly distributed, but in so many countries, population is in decline. In some cases, steep, deep decline. Maybe most graphically and demographically, there's Japan, a country that, since hitting a high of 128 million citizens in 2008, has lost population for 15 years running and is on pace to shrink by half by this century's end, despite government measures to halt the decline. This has huge impacts on the economy, the healthcare system, education, housing, national defense, immigration, the culture at large. Governments can control interest rates and inflation rates. Stimulating birth rates is far harder. We reported in April from the land of the rising sun, now also the land of declining sons and daughters.
The story will continue in a moment.
Ichinono, Japan sits regally, wedged between mountains an hour and a half west of Kyoto. Its listed population just shy of 50. But if it seems like more, it's for good reason. The village comes embroidered with 40 lifelike puppets. In the middle of town, on a playground, pedaling off toward the woods.
It's lonely here. Back in my day, the village was full of kids.
Shinichi Moriyama is the town puppet master, overseeing the making and then scattering of dolls throughout Ichinono, populating a depopulating village. You say it's lonely here. Are the puppets a way to make things a little less lonely?
Puppets are no substitute for people, of course, but making them cheers us up.
This is as good a snapshot as any of Japan's demographic crisis. There are hundreds of communities here fading like Ichinono. Do you think there might come a day when the puppet population exceeds the human population?
So, if things keep going the way they are right now, of course our population will decrease. Maybe it'll go down to 40, or maybe 30. But at the same time, my ability to continue making puppets is finite. So yes, I am deeply worried about the future of our village.
Modern Japan sounds like a sci-fi premise. The incredible shrinking country. Go-Go Tokyo is the world's largest city, and Japan has one of the world's longest national life expectancies, 85 years. But it's also losing population at a staggering rate. Last year, more than 2 people died for every new baby born, a net loss of almost 1 million. Today, Japanese buy more adult diapers than buy baby diapers. Is there a more urgent issue in Japan right now than this demographic crisis?
There are climate change, government deficit, but if there's no people living in Japan,
it's all relevant. Mm-hmm. Climate change and government deficits in the military if you don't have people living here.
That's right. The central door is only for the emperor when he...
A longtime high-ranking minister in Japan's parliament, Taro Kono, was nearly elected prime minister in 2021 and says he intends to seek the highest office again. What does Japan look like if it continues to shrink like this?
There are less and less number of young generation, and all the burdens are on the young generation, and they won't be able to sustain. So society is going to be breaking up. Economy is going to stagnate. Even for self-defense force, last year, we recruited only half of what we need.
The Japanese military.
Mm-hmm. You feel it.
Declining population is hardly unique to Japan. Name a country outside Africa, and odds are good it's losing people, or about to. In the U.S., the fertility rate is at an all-time low. Donald Trump has declared the collapse of fertility a crucial threat to the West. Kono wishes his country had been better prepared.
Every sector, even in the government, there's a labor shortage. And we really need to invest in technology to replace the human being. But we are still slow to do that. The alternative is to open up the country to foreign immigrants. But there's some psychological barrier to open up the country.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, the Japanese have been very homogeneous. Many Japanese don't know how to deal with non-Japanese living in the society.
Japan is also the world's fourth largest economy. Can it continue to be a power like that if the population keeps declining?
Nope.
In part, Japan's declining demographics owes to a spike in the success of women in the workforce. And in Japan, a famously punishing work culture, coupled with a men-first social culture, makes it all the more difficult to balance career and family. Still more so amid a persistently stagnant economy.
Up through the 1980s, the bubble years, Japan had omiai. They had arranged marriage. You know, the corporate guys would marry the office ladies, and this was all set up. It's gone now. And the office ladies make more money than the corporate guys. So now you have this shift in economics that has not been reflected in social norms.
Roland Keltz is a Japanese-American writer. He's married, but he's well aware that he's the exception. In 2023, fewer than 500,000 Japanese couples married, the lowest number since 1917.
I'm not sure other societies in the world have an implosion of marriage.
Well, Japan's, I think, ahead of the game. Japan's where we're all headed.
Do you think this is a harbinger?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's a canary in a coal mine.
It doesn't help Japan's marriage rates, and therefore birth rates, that a growing number of businesses now cater to the rise of parties of one.
I mean, you and I are not supposed to talk to each other over this thing.
We met Keltz at a ramen joint designed specifically for dining in solitude. There's single karaoke, we visited a bar open only to those arriving stag.
Arigato.
There are solo weddings, replete with professional photo shoots. But that's not all. Lately, alternative romance is highly in vogue. Just as robots today are helping ease some of the national labor shortages, inanimate objects are also making their way into the bedroom. We met Akihiko Kondo, who told us he sleeps alongside the anime character Miku, whom he married in a formal ceremony in 2018. He's one of thousands of Japanese who unashamedly say they are in a monogamous romantic relationship with a fictional character. Staggeringly, or maybe not, almost half of the country's millennial singles, ages 18 to 34, self-report as virgins, compared to barely 20% in the U.S. And of course, less human copulation means less human population.
AI relationships, they're going to get better and better and better, and they're going to supersede, in some ways, real physical relationships.
To foster human relationships, the Tokyo government has taken action. Yuriko Koike is the city's governor.
We are promoting for matchmaking by artificial intelligence.
Tokyo government is playing omiye, playing matchmaker.
That's right.
Yes, the Japanese capital city has launched its own dating app.
Is it working?
Yes, it's working, and number of application is more than we expected, 3 or 4 times.
Tokyo has introduced a 4-day work week for government employees, designed to help working mothers and hopefully boost birth rates.
When the bubble economy was boosting, there was a commercial advertisement, work 24 hours. But the longer we work, the less children we have. So demography is one of the biggest national issue that we have to tackle.
But the Japanese government has rolled out a number of programs to address this declining birth rate. Are any of them working?
The total fertility rate for 2024 was reported to hit an all-time low. The continuing slide in the birth rate clearly indicates our current policy isn't working at all.
Until last year, Hanako Okada, now 45, was a lawyer in Tokyo and primary caregiver for her 2 children. Overworked and underfulfilled, she ran for parliament on a platform of trying to alter the culture for women, even breaking down in tears on the campaign trail, describing her stress.
I remembered how tough it was to raise my child, and I burst into tears. It was overwhelming. And viewers probably thought, I'm a politician who gets what ordinary people have to deal with.
It was effective. She won unexpectedly, and Hana-san, as she's called, is now something of a political change agent. She says confronting the population problem requires not dating apps and shortened work weeks, but a sweeping mindset change. In particular, a rethinking of living in urban areas, as 92% of Japanese currently do. She practiced what she preaches, moving back to her rural hometown of Aomori, a northern prefecture known for its apple orchards, but one that is rapidly aging, rapidly losing people. Built for 600 students, this Aomori Middle School is now only one-third filled. They still learn the traditional shamisen, but there are too few kids to field a soccer team, and a competitive snowball fight means recruiting a visiting ringer.
Why'd you return?
Amari's my hometown. The precipitous drop in population and vitality of this city is deeply troubling, not just personally, but from a national perspective. If our regions collapse, it imperils our country's strength. I thought we can't allow the situation to go on.
You've seen the math, I'm sure. Do you believe Japan can overcome this population crisis?
We need to stop the overconcentration of people in Tokyo. In the rural areas, we need interesting jobs with decent pay that allow young people to support themselves.
Her thinking, once there are more jobs in rural areas, the younger people will come. Once they come and experience the space, the slower rhythms, the quality of life, they'll be motivated to start families.
The values of our younger generation are gradually shifting. Tokyo is no longer the be-all, end-all.
One such Japanese family that agrees, the Katos. They recently exchanged city life for this spacious house in Ichinono, land of puppets. Their son Koronosuke was the first baby born in the village in more than 20 years.
We've got a mountain and a river to explore. We make our own toys and grow our own vegetables. For a kid, there's plenty of ways to have fun here.
You're happy here.
Yes, I truly enjoy this lifestyle.
The Katos hope others will follow, that Koronosuke will have friends and classmates among all the town's dolls.
It takes us back to our roots. I want Japanese people to become more aware of this lifestyle, which is closer to our traditional way of living.
It might be a traditional Japanese lifestyle, but amid a population decline, it will be in a smaller, lonelier, and fundamentally different Japan.
The historically low birth rate in the United States.
There's a society-wide shift.
At 60minutesovertime.com.
Some indication